little bit of a different day, okay? I'm going to do 3 streams today. Normally I'd do one big humongous stream and then try and figure out how to cut it up, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to do 3 streams. I'm going to do a quick FYI how I do things for Ian on Shadows, which is why I have up here part of Teagle. And then I'm going to stop the stream in about 10 minutes time, and then I'm going to go into part 2, which is going to be a 2-hour stream for Gaxmore. Then I'm going to stop the stream, start it up again, and we're going to do a 2-hour stream for Keystone Reforged Coloring. Okay, so 3 streams, about 4 to 5 hours total. Instead of just doing one big humongo, we're going to do smaller ones. So Ian, this is for you, my friend. Ian is one of my patrons, and he's a dear friend, and he loves sharing his maps with me. We talk about his maps, and he asks about how I would approach certain things, and he was talking to me about Shadows. So, part 1 is Shadows. I should have worn my Shadow shirt. I'm such an amateur. Shadows. Alright, Ian, so this is what I would do. Obviously, I'm working completely digitally. You are ink on paper, and then you're going to scan in. I've got 3 different layers here. I've got a fern, I've got a bush, and I've got a tree. Let's start with the fern, okay? So the principle is going to be the same each time. I'm going to pick a brush that is my soft, round, pen pressure size. No, I'm actually just going to do soft round, okay? Let's just keep this nice and simple. I'm going to make it pretty big. Let's go down to my low shadow here. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I'm going to give it some walloping opacity here, okay? I'm going to do 25% opacity. You could do a shadow layer and give it like a 25% opacity. But what I like about doing it via a brush sometimes is if you do less, particularly 15% or 20%, 25%, is if you do like opacity and then you went over it again, it gets darker and darker and darker each time you obviously do it, right? So this enables you to get sort of darker shadows. Now, if you do it on a layer, you can't do that because it is just 25%. Then you've got to do another layer above it and another, you know? So this is what I'm going to go with. And it's dead simple, dude. I mean, I've got a shadow low underneath my fern. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of shadow like that. And then underneath this side, I'm going to give it a little bit more. Shadow done. If we come up to the bush layer, and let's create a layer underneath that for my shadow. Let's drop it down in there. Same principle. Let's just give it a little bit of shadow. I've decided that my sunlight, so to speak, is coming from the northwest corner. Now, I'm going to come up to the tree layer here. Let's also give ourselves a little bit of a shadow. And I'm actually going to make this brush larger, right? Because this is a tree now. So I want a good, strong shadow for the tree. We'll do something like, let's do that sort of size. Then at least doing it this way, it falls on top of the bush underneath too. So let's just come out like that. And maybe a little bit stronger just in that corner. It is, honestly, man, that's what I do. And I did that on all of these trees. I did it on all of the furniture. I did it on the walls. It was the same principle every time. That's it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to merge these layers together right here into a new furniture. Done. Just done. So, scanning in. You may need to do a multiply on your main ink layer, just to get a background to show up. Give yourself a little bit of white background underneath. Colour your trees and your bushes and your log stumps and everything that you've got on a separate layer underneath your ink. And then do a shadow layer underneath that. And soft, round, brush. It's fairly large, 25% opacity. That's what I do. So, That's part one. I mean, literally, Ian, if you got any questions, dude, just hit me up, okay? No problem at all. And little fun fact, I'm actually going to keep this version of Teagle with these trees in it. This will be a unique version. And it will be the version that no one else gets. But I'm going to actually print some of these off with that tree on there. Alright, so that's it. I'm going to stop the stream real quick, and then we'll start it up and we'll get into Gaxmore.